Hello world, Shelly here, and today I've got a bunch of new e.l.f. products to try out. I'm filming this on the same day as my side-by-side comparison with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and the Tatcha Silk Canvas, so that is why everything looks the same as in that video. But I would like to try some new stuff out. I'm going to have my first gripe right now. They don't put the names of things on their packaging, so as soon as you throw the box out, you don't know what the name of it is. But anyway, I've got the Metallic Flare highlighter in white gold. There goes that box. I've got the Primer Infused Blush, and I picked this up in the shade Always Rosy. Never again will know what this is called. I've got the Natural Glow Stick. This looks like something that, in my head, I'm thinking it'll be like a nice thing to put down for a base for primer, like especially on a natural, like light makeup kind of a day. There goes my recollection of that name. And I've got the Beautifully Bare matte eyeshadow in a tube kind of thing. Reminded me of the Stila, but like, you know, no glitter. And this color was right up my alley, so I thought maybe this might be fun to try. I have a lip plumping gloss. I picked up the Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette, which looks gorgeous. And I'm probably not going to try this one today, but the color scheme, favorite! I've got the 70s Feels eyeshadow palette. I love me some boho. So we're just going to try a few of these things out and see how it goes. I don't have a new e.l.f. bronzer, but I do have a new Wet n Wild bronzer. This is the Color Icon in Ticket to Brazil. So that's what I'm going to try today. Okay, did not pick very much up. This is nicely subtle. I might just need to get past that top layer, but I'm actually liking the subtleness of this. It's a little bit warm toned for my taste, but because it is so subtle, I think that is a good thing. It is buildable. I'm able to build it up, so alright. Alright, let's get into some of this e.l.f. goodness. Where's my blush brush? Alright, let's try this Primer Infused Blush, shall we? Looks like a very rosy mauve kind of tone. This is my Real Techniques blush brush. Ooh, it's pretty. It's that nice sort of cool undertone as opposed to the very sort of peachy common undertone. I like this. It's like borderline mauve-y. Highlight, white gold. You know me, I like a beaming highlight. This is really pretty. See if it buffs in a little bit better. It's doing a little tiny bit of emphasizing texture. Not too bad though. It is buffing in quite nicely. Yeah, once you buff it in, it is not bad. Of course, I forgot to go in with that little natural glow stick. Let's do a little glow. Ooh! It is like a dewy. It's a dewy stick. Let's get a little dewiness going up here. Yeah, it's a dewy stick. I love these. I love these. I'm going to set my whole face very lightly with the Pacifica. This is the Crystal Rays Luminous Translucent Setting Powder, and I've been liking this sort of setting over my powders. I know that seems weird, but it's a really light sort of formula, and it just sets everything really nicely. Like, it kind of locks everything in, and I just go super lightly to distribute. And because it's got, you know, it's not luminous, it's luminous, the name is luminous, but it doesn't have glitter or anything in it. but it still maintains the dewy sort of look of the skin, but just tones everything down a little. It's exactly what I want. I'm really enjoying it. See? Primed my lids with my MAC paint pot in Painterly, and let's take a look at this eyeshadow palette, shall we? I love how they have the names imprinted on the inner portion of the shadow box there. I haven't even thought of what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take my Wengoss 17 and go into this shade Sassy as my sort of crease transition color. Got a very nice pigment, blending out easily. Very nice. I'll take my Sigma E25 into the crease with this shade Warm. Deposit most of the color in the outer third and then take what's left toward the center. I'm take my Wengoss 19 and this yellowish shade Happy and take just a tiny bit of this. Maybe I'm going 70s after all. And I just want to run this along the very top to blend out that transition and just give that little tone, that little mustardy tone. No product. This is my Sigma E35 and I just want to blend outer edges. Make sure we have no harsh lines. That got a little bit muddy. That kind of bums me out. Wish there was a darker shade in here. I'm gonna try Warm again and kind of go sort of halo eye with this. Do a little inner corner packing. And a little outer corner packing. You can see the difference your brush choice makes. When you use a fluffy blending brush, you get a much more diffused color, and when you go in with a packing brush, you get a much more concentrated pigment. So to that end, these are behaving very much as expected. I'm going to take this shade Daring on my finger and apply it to the center of the lid. And then when I get to the overlap, I'm just going to tap what's left, right where it overlaps the matte. I got a ton of fallout everywhere. Oh, and it doesn't brush away. Oh, awesome. Alright, I'm going to finish my eyes first, and then I will deal with the fallout. I'm going to use my Makeup Geek Outer V brush and the shade Smooth right here, just to give a last bit of dimension to the outer corner. That little outer 7 area. If you guys watch Nisha over at Sugar Puff and Fluff, she is the one that called it an outer 7 for hooded lids, and that has stuck with me all of my life. That is a beautiful outer corner shade. Holy cow. Oh man, that's a keeper. It's not black, but it's not gray. It's not brown. It's the perfect mix. The only real highlight shade in here is this light shade Low Key. How ironic. I'm going to try it as, oh, it looks like it's a pink shift white as my inner corner highlight. Oh, it's really pink. I wish it was not so pink. because otherwise there's really no highlight shade in here. Oh yeah, that's straight up pink. Oh my. Let's instead, yeah, that's not going on my eyebrows either. We need a highlight shade. Let's go back to the highlighter and use that. There we go. And I'll take a tiny bit of this onto my brow bone. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer and hope that I can fix this massive fallout without ruining my cheek highlight. I wish I had a mini sponge with me right now. Let me do some liner mascara. I'll be right back. I just tightlined my upper waterline with my Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil, and mascara is the Maybelline Snapscara. Let's get into this lip gloss. This is a plumping gloss in Pink Cosmo, and I've been totally into a nude glossy lip lately. Slightly fruity-ish scent, not strong scent. Does not feel sticky, but I don't feel any tingling or anything happening. Not the way like when you put on a Buxom gloss. Pretty neutral, nice, pink, not opaque, that's what I want out of this shade. I just want a little bit of oomph to it. Let's take off the ears, and here we go. This is our finished look. Recap, I really like the highlights. It's not super, super, super blingy beaming, but it's also not subtle, you know, so this would be natural for me, which I know is more blingy than a lot of people. So maybe if you're stepping out of your bling comfort zone and getting a little more blingy, this would be a good first step, or a nice little toned down look if you are as, you know, highlight loving as I am. The blush, I really like the tone of it. It is a very nice color, this Always Rosy shade. It blended just fine, I feel. It's nice and buildable, so it doesn't go on super duper pigmented, because I'm not a huge blush fan. I like to build slowly because I don't always want a ton of blush. The eyeshadow palette, I'd say I like it. A little bit, you know, I had a little issue of the mattes getting muddy when you try to blend two seams of them together, but I like the colors overall. They did have a ton of fallout, which is, you know, you can alleviate that by putting on your eyeshadow first and then doing your complexion so that you can use a makeup wipe to wash it away. But I'm gonna say at that $14 price point, worth trying if these colors are in your wheelhouse. I don't think there's a true highlight in here because the white shade is pink, but that would be my main complaint about the color curation here. But I think you have a lot of options, especially for the smoky eye or the neutral eye. And so yeah, I'd say it's all right. I would recommend the Natural Glow Stick if you are into just having that sort of glass skin look. That's what this does. That's the sort of glass skin kind of a thing. It's not a highlight. It gives you like that sort of glowy, dewy sheen so that you can target it to different areas, usually on the high points of your face like you would use a highlight. But I would like to try this as a base for my highlight to sort of give my highlight a little extra something to grip to, but that's how I will plan to wear this. Lip gloss, I'm going to say, is comfortable. I still don't feel really any tingling or anything going on, so I don't think it's one of those kind of lip plumping glosses, but it is feeling comfortable. It looks very nice and it's not sticky. I did not try the matte shadow, so I don't have an opinion on that. Pretty decent e.l.f. haul, I would say. I'm liking these. I'm not as in love. When we had that Pacifica get ready with me the other day, oh man, I was loving that stuff. This stuff, I'm gonna say I like all of this stuff. That's where I'm at right now. So there is another drugstore get ready with me in the books. If you like these drugstore kind of try on get ready with me videos, give me a thumbs up down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.